Hello and welcome to Academy Live, episode 38. Ooh, that's a difficult one.
38.
In today's episode, we are going to talk about studio gear. We have received so many questions about what gear we are using in studio, and when we say studio, of course, the world is our studio, so it goes all the way from on location all the way to the hardcore monster stuff that this guy does. So hang with us and we'll go through everything and show you.
And
how
we
use
have,
it.
we have collected stuff over the years,
Yeah.
many years, and this is the things that we really do like
And use.
and use a
Yeah.
lot. So this is our selected items
Exactly.
that we love, and we would of course love to hear what you like.
Yes.
That would be nice to see.
Okay.
Cool.
Hello and hello everybody. We've seen we've got people from Stuttgart, Manchester, Australia, Scotland, Sweden, Denmark, and of course we have Gus with us.
Hello, Gus.
And thank you so much. We got a really nice letter from you and a couple of presents. Not that we encourage people to send stuff,
Nope.
but it was all
And Gus,
really fun to get.
third time, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It
Thank
was
you
really
so much.
A lot of it was really. I appreciated the letter the most.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, well,
Long time since you get like a proper
Exactly.
letter.
Really
Like-
written well, and
yeah.
you know, I love letters.
Yes.
Physical letters. That's
Awesome.
nice.
Thank you.
so much.
In today's episode, as we mentioned, studio gear. So we're not going to talk about light, but we're basically going to talk everything that's underneath the light.
Yeah, that holds up the light. That
Yeah.
make us make it possible for us to create what we want to create.
Yeah.
Like the light stands, like the everything around, everything in studio gear.
Tripods,
Yeah.
camera heads,
Yeah.
all the little
Clamps.
clamps and everything. And we'll show some tips and tricks on how we use them.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily always the right way, but it works for us, so we thought
That
we
is the
share it.
right way. That is the
And
right way.
yeah, exactly.
Actually, there is so many things out there to buy. I mean, we will show a lot of stuff here, but there is, this ocean of things that you can select and you can choose from. And this is what we have over the years come to use. So we think that this is, the shit, if you excuse my language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also one recommendation: don't do the same mistake that we've done. We've bought a lot of stuff, cheap stuff, quite often, and
cheap stuff, and after a while you need to buy a new thing, and you often buy a little bit more expensive, and then you buy more expensive, and then more expensive. So in the end, the last thing you buy is really expensive if you sum up all the stuff you have
the
bought.
cost, the total cost becomes really
Yeah.
expensive. So rather go for good stuff from start. It really makes a difference in the long run. And we also have a little bit of a difference in. I mean, you photograph all over. I mean, everywhere. But I'm more the kind of the mobile warrior and
you're
lightweight.
Yeah, you have like a lazy sign. You
Exactly.
don't want to carry so much stuff.
Sorry.
And I'm into more like
That was not rehearsed.
more like trolleys and
Yeah, the trucks and
and stuff. Yeah. So
Big
you have a different
mixture.
Yes, it's a different view of how gear should weigh.
Yeah, and we don't use all the gear at the same time because we bring whatever gear that we need for that purpose. And we have specialized a little bit, so we have I have 2 lightweight stands depending on what I'm going to do. I have 2 travel camera tripods that I use. Okay. I could do with 1, but now I have 2. So over the years it expands. So don't be afraid that when you see all the stuff that you need everything, but it's at least a glimpse into our world and the toolbox that we use.
Yes, and I think also that since both you and I have been working for many, many years, that also explains why there is so many different things. They are all used, but that is, I mean, over the year you do different kind of projects.
Yes.
And you kind of...
You add up things, and now you need this thing, and then you add it up into your portfolio. And
there's a lot of stuff that isn't here that's thrown away because this is what we have selected to be the go-to things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's true.
So if you are into like one kind of photography, then you probably need one kind of gear. But we're going to show you many different things.
We do everything.
Yeah,
we do everything. So and we
so
like stuff. So we are a little bit gear crazy, of course. So that helps.
Yeah, light gears, heavy gear.
Yeah, exactly.
Lazy sign, hard-working sign.
And what else is there to say before we start walking the walk of shame?
Well, we are here in my studio.
That's true. That's true. It's in your studio today. We're not in Profoto.
Nope. And there might be some trucks going by, but I don't think that will disturb anything.
No. They'll probably relieve them from the sound from our voices.
Yeah, from the thing under your nose.
What's it called? The mouth.
Cool.
And I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. And you will see one brand coming through in quite a lot. I think most of the things are from one brand.
Yeah, well,
we're not sponsored.
We talked about that because a lot of things from one brand, and we are not sponsored. Yeah. So it just happened to be like that. Yeah. I think they make great stuff. So
so we're using a lot of Manfrotto stuff, and it's not because they have shipped us a lot of this stuff and want us to talk about it. It's truly stuff that we use.
And I think that you can actually see on the stuff that we're going to look at which stuff is mine and which is Anders, because I've used mine so hard and I do not, take care of it. But Anders, lazy, he when he comes home he polish all the tripods and make everything nice again. So I
take sand away from the tripods.
You take sand away from tripods. I don't. I just let it go. And but still, everything works.
Yeah.
So let's see what we have.
Yeah. So let's see if there's. This one has frozen. There we go. Any questions?
If you have any questions, please do pop them in.
Yeah.
We will run around in the studio and won't be so active watching the
But
the
we'll come. I'll come back every now and then.
We will come back. Yeah. So now
I thought it said piano. Illinois, but it's Plano, Illinois.
Ah, Plano.
Yeah, that's cool. And Sweden is looking. And let's see, India. And there's a couple of questions on the A1 for Sony. I know it's in pipeline. I know it's there, but I do not have a date for it. But I'd be surprised if it takes too much longer. Dave asks, is Ken drunk? Yeah, actually, we had to put Ken somewhere. He wanted to be with us, and he's not at his best today. So, yeah. So let's get started. I think so. Anywho, okay. I'll grab this guy, and then we walk over maybe to the first and probably the smallest one.
Yes.
Which is this one.
Yes, this beautiful little camera head gear stand.
Yeah.
For this beautiful camera here, and we can see. I mean, you have. This is smallest tripod. Sorry, now I ruined your beautiful setup.
My composition.
Yeah, your composition. Always good to have one small, simple ball head.
Now we're using it for an iPhone, but it can also be used for. A
lot of stuff, you can use it for,
compact cameras, GoPros, etc.
Yeah, actually the B10 too, I think.
Absolutely,
because it has the 1/4.
But let's talk about tripods first, and let's start all the way down.
Oh, here we have this small tripod. Let me go down.
Yeah.
Let me go down. This is a small Jovo. Is that the brand? I must say that I'm not so familiar with how to pronounce the names. I don't know. The Joby stand.
Yeah.
The small Joby stand. This one has this Hero 7 Gold Pro on it. And of course, these are great because you can, twist them around.
Yeah.
Branches and dogs and cats and other stuff.
Which is really good.
Really good. And then when I was in Dubai lately shooting the Special Olympics, a lot of photographers had exactly this setup. They ran out on the fields, the track and field fields, and they put this on the ground to have nice, cool angles of the of all the athletes. So this is a really small one, but really, really handy, and
Yeah.
it doesn't take a lot of space. So this is great.
Yeah, small Jobies. And then we have
Anders'
Pixie.
specialty, the Pixie.
Yeah, the Pixie. I
style.
love the Pixie.
And I love to lie like this. Actually, feels good.
It's comfortable.
Yeah. I should have some grapes, and some
It's
wave.
only now in the beginning, and now then you're going to be standing.
Yeah. No. I will continue to crawl all the way through this. The Pixie stand, a floor stand, really, really nice.
And you
Small.
can put it on a table or on a shelf.
Yeah.
Or on the ground.
Or on the ground. And one thing that I like, this is like a normal ball head up here.
Yeah.
And what I like about this, it's really simple to extend one leg if you want to have a slight different angle or so.
Mm-hmm. And also if you take all of them out, then you get more stability.
Exactly.
If
a lot
you
of
have a
stability.
heavier camera, for example.
Yeah. And this is also for all you vloggers out there.
Oh.
We hold the camera like that and you speak. Burr, 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 burr.
Yeah.
Typically vlogger style. The
Yeah.
Pixie stand.
And
Love
then
this one.
Crawl over to the next candidate.
So this is the big Joby.
Yeah, 5K. Joby 5K.
Joby 5K
That's the
stand.
biggest.
With the really big legs like this that you can, twist around branches and cats and
Gorillas.
dogs. Or legs like
Yeah.
that. So you can put a DSLR camera or such.
This one really can carry like a 5D or a 1DX.
Yeah.
And when you put the legs out flatter and you really get good stability.
Yeah, so this is super versatile and it's not so expensive, I think.
No,
because
it's not. And
you
then
can
it
really
also has
use
a ball
it
head.
for a lot of things. It's including with the ball head.
Yep.
Yeah. Really nice. I love this one, Joby.
Yeah.
Joby
Cool.
5K.
And now we see this strange little
Yes.
foot here.
Now we see this great little
And
foot.
we go up to.
This is one of my favorites.
There's a and there, so we
Yeah,
know that
it's
what's
and.
mine.
Yeah, it's clean. It's
Yeah,
yours.
it's clean. Yeah.
Yeah, now when dirty, I always keep dirt on me and my gear. Okay, so this is a monopod that has those 3 toes, the 3-toed ones that you can, be really.
Yes.
Maybe if you have your camera on, maybe you won't just let it go like this. But if you have your foot on, it's most definitely it's more stable than if you only have the monopod.
Yeah.
That is
if,
one big.
Yeah, if you need both hands,
Yeah,
you can
which
put your
you-
foot on the leg and
Exactly.
do things.
And what I like with this stand, this monopod, I don't know the name of it, but it is the, I can't read backwards. The Pro A42W. Pro A42W. It has,
So on that note, Manfrotto, they do great products, but one thing that they're not good at is product names.
yeah,
They all have funny names, which we will hear all the way through. But anyway,
the product names are, But I love this kind of locking mechanism instead of the twist thing.
yeah.
Because this is so easy. You can do it with one hand because you always have one hand on the camera.
Yeah.
And then you can still adjust the height.
Yeah.
But if you have this twist solution, then you need 2 hands, one to hold the tripod and one to twist. And you often want to have one hand on your camera.
Yeah.
So I prefer these ones, the snap locks, or what you are now calling them. So this is a really good one. And this head.
And also a good one, what I like with it gets really high.
Yeah, that is really good because
if you take the bottom one, I need to back so I can see. You see, it gets really tall. So when is this good? Well, for example, if you are shooting in an arena and you're on the floor and you have a lot of people in front of you, you can get it up above the heads.
Yeah.
So you can still shoot the stage, or if you're on an event or a trade show, then you can still shoot over the head of people.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
So a good height.
Yeah.
The 3-toe thing to get this stable position, and it's really, I don't know, I love this.
Yeah, it's good.
The locking mechanism.
Yeah.
So this is one of my absolute favorites. I also love the old one, you know, with the grip. You hold with a grip,
yeah, that one,
and you can. It's also one hand thing to make it go up and down, but it doesn't have the 3-toe thing on the floor. So.
And then we come to your favorite.
That was irony or sarcasm, perhaps. This is Anders' favorite. This is the B3. Oh, it's so light. Sorry.
Yeah, so this is the, let's see if we can get the name there, B3.
Yeah.
The Manfrotto B3. It's carbon fiber, and I really like it because it's so small and so lightweight, so you can bring it on anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, really lightweight.
And of course, it's not as stable as some of the guys that are coming up next here, but in many cases, it's stable enough, and it's definitely better than nothing. And you can also get the legs, spread them out, just like with many stands. So when you flip those over, you can get the legs all the way out, so you can do all the fun things that you can normally do with all kind of stands. So good for if you're shooting macro or if you're shooting astro as well.
Yeah. Well, I would say that this is really good when you are going to carry your tripod, because it doesn't weigh anything. It's like nothing. But when it comes to stability, it's of course you have to take some and give some, and you get a lot of stability for this weight, I would say. Yeah. But I don't like it.
So whenever I'm mad at David and I want to annoy him, I force him to shoot with that one in studio. So.
Yeah, and that is not a joke. That is true.
Yeah, it is true. And here we have another one of my other travel stand.
Yeah.
Which is the 190 Go.
Yeah, this is very popular actually, and I really like this one because this is, I think, you get more stability. The least amount of stability that I think that I use when I'm out there, but yet really light and
And it's now this one doesn't have a head on it because the head is on one of the other tripods, but it has one cool thing.
Yeah, it does. It has.
Oh, wait! I need to come in.
Oh, you can do this. Yeah. You can have it horizontally, this pole, so you can have your camera up here and shoot down.
And that's perfect when you do flat lays, for example.
Yeah.
Really nice feature.
Yeah, and this feature is, I know it's common in an older version of this. It's called, I think it's called 590 or something like that. But that was it was much more hard. You have to screw up things, and so this is a really good alternative.
Alternative, yeah. And it comes in many different variations in different colors and different
colors. What
aluminum, graphite. So it comes with I think it's like 10 different versions. So
and I actually think that this little hook here, you have a hook that you can you can put things on to make it heavier. It's a really simple thing to just put your camera bag on or so to make it even more
because then you get really a lot of stability.
Yeah. So this gets thumbs up from me.
Yeah. And then we have another favorite.
Yeah, now we're talking about
the 058.
Yes, this is at least in Sweden, this is really common amongst photographers that are going to shoot like.
And now we pulled out the legs a lot, just to show how high it can get.
Yeah. So this tripod, the thing with this tripod is, I will show you. It is this mechanism here that locks and unlocks the legs. So there is little knobs here.
Yeah.
That if you press it like that, the legs goes out.
Do that again.
Oh.
Yeah, because when I'm close on,
Okay, now we have, okay,
legs
here we go. And and then you also have this last part, the pole, the mid pole, where you can really be precise on the height. So it's absolutely not lightweighted, but it's not as heavy as other tripods that we're going to look at. So this is a lot of stability for for photographers that really need stability, but yet no, not all that heavy.
Yeah. That's my go-to in studio.
This is my go-to when I'm going outside. Yeah, when I'm shooting macro and such. For real, this is, I don't go smaller than this one. But that's me.
We're so different. and the head up here is one of my favorite. It's a ball head solution, and it's really well my go-to for when I'm doing a headshots and or portraits, etc.
Okay, is there any name on it? I don't see any name here.
I call it Anders Jr.
Anders Jr. Yeah.
And it's really I like that head a lot.
Yeah, I've seen you used it for many years.
Yeah.
And it still looks like brand new. That's so strange.
Again.
You will see. You will.
Yeah, well, you will see.
Take a look.
Because now we are moving into David's territory here.
Yeah, this is my standard go-to tripod. Let's see if we have a name here. Yeah, we do. We do. This is a 161 MK2.
161 Mark II. And as you can see, everything is made out of like heavy iron.
Yeah, this really
it
a lot of weight.
A ton.
The purpose of this is to be
Stable.
totally stable, and it is, because it's really, really heavy. And I mean, if you touch it with your foot like this, nothing happens.
Yeah.
But if you touch this one,
Yeah, come on. I'm not even going to show that.
You can feel me. This is the B-free Anders favorite. It's really good. You can bring it on. But if you take your foot like that, oh, you fucked everything up. I mean, that's the point of having a tripod, right? So this is what I use mostly in studio, not outside.
And the head on its own weighs like 3.5 tons.
Yeah, it's 3.5 tons. It's a Manfrotto 400 geared head, 3-axis, where you can tilt in this direction, and you can tilt in this direction with these knobs, and you can pan in this direction. So you have all three axes. And I use this a lot when I'm doing studio shoots or when I am doing product shots and such. So this is my favorite, and it doesn't have any cool and smart solutions. I mean,
everything
is super manual.
Yeah.
And it can be really, really high too if you want to have one more. So I think it would be up here somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But this is not something you bring along.
Yeah, no, but it's very, very stable.
Yes.
I mean, it's
very, very stable, and I love it.
Yeah.
Then, sometimes you need to be even more stable, because if you take your foot and you do like this, almost nothing happens. Almost nothing happens. But if you do like this, everything changes, and you can, I mean, you will be so angry, especially if you have set up your camera for 2 days. You don't want anything to happen. Then we go into the next step.
Ooh.
Yes. So this is a Sabad.
Oh, I need to back up to see, to get it on camera.
This is a studio stand, and you can
kick it as much as you want.
Yeah, especially if I lock it, you cannot move it at all.
Yeah.
So now it's down on the floor. Now we can kick this, and nothing will happen.
Not that we encourage kicking at stuff.
No.
No.
We do not support. Do this kicking on your B-free stand, it will, fly. So this is a standard studio stand. They are really heavy, and you can. Let's see. I have tightened this too much. No, it's the wrong direction. And you can actually be really precise with it. Like, you have my small camera here. If I turn this knob here, I can be really, really, really...
By millimeter precision.
Yeah. And of course, height-wise, the same. So you can have it really high or really low. And then you can lock it and unlock it, so you can move it around in the studio quite easy.
Yeah. Can have it as a carry-on when you fly?
Every time. Every time. No.
But that's really when you do like the pro photo.
When I do the pro photo products shoots, for example, then we use this. So, we set up the camera position. It can be there for 2 days or so. It can't move 1 millimeter. So then we use this big thing.
And then you have a couple of heads over there on the little table.
Yes.
That also use a lot.
Exactly. So if we go back to this head, this is the big Manfrotto 3-axis head. I love 3-axis heads because when you put your camera here and then you do some changes and the weight from the camera is the same, and when you when you're done and you let go of the head, it will be the same.
Yeah.
If you have like a ball head, when you lose the camera, when you let go of the camera, it will, down
Like a millimeter movement.
yeah, so it's super duper precision with 3 geared heads. And this is the big one, and this is the next big one.
Hold it against the on the side, so we have white background. So
Oh, white background, of course. So this is actually the same same
and
technique.
actually, there's a sticker with David on.
Yes, this is my sticker. So 3 axes, 1 axis like that, 1 axis like that, and the last axis like that.
Yeah.
So the same
XYZ.
concept, smaller head, but this can carry, really big DSLR cameras and such, with no problem.
And you have a similar one with your Hassie, but it's
yeah, it's from
it's a-
1961 or something like
but
that.
it's an even bigger
Yeah,
version of it.
yeah. So, but I really want to recommend this one because it's not super cheap, but it's it's super good. This is my absolute go-to tripod head. I don't know the name.
Yeah.
If someone knows the name, please.
David Jr.
Yeah, put it in. I think it's like it's a Manfrotto head, 500 something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I haven't looked that up because I have lost
All the
I have this
stickers.
for so many years, so I lost all the labels. So I don't know the name of it. Sorry.
Yeah, some people don't take care of their products. their stuff.
Yes. And here we have my favorite
Ooh, little
ball
ball
head.
head. Yeah.
Yes, the Really Right Stuff ball head. I used this for like 10 years at least. And I mean, it's not perfect mint condition, but it works like a charm.
Yeah.
It's the
And
same
also-
concept as all of them. And it has Arca Swiss mount,
Yeah. Yeah.
which most of my stuff have, because since I have Arca Swiss on my Hasselblad and my Canons and such.
Yeah.
So this is really sturdy, and this won't let me down or anyone else.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, really great.
And maybe we should walk over and check if there are any questions.
Yes.
On before we move over to the light stands.
Let's do that, and I will take a snuff. Meanwhile.
Maybe I switch over to this camera view. No.
Oh, hey. Boop-a-doo.
Oh, there's someone has just bought the 405.
405, thank you.
Louis.
Louis.
Yeah. Louis. Yeah. Does Studio Stand work on carpet?
No.
Oh, the. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
studio stands, the big one, they do not work on carpets. They are really heavy to roll, and they will probably destroy your carpet.
Yeah. And yeah, the 058 is a really popular one.
The
And 0555.
yeah, 055 is really popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the 055 stand too.
Or there was a question if I use that monopod in studio instead of a tripod. No, I use that monopod when I'm out on location, mainly if I'm shooting a trade show or stuff like that. That's
Okay.
when I use the.
I would say that I can use monopods in studio because it gets you some more milliseconds of shutter speed, a little bit more stable. And I know, especially with Hasselblad, it's really, really heavy to have holding for one full day. I use monopod. So I would say that I use monopod in studio.
And okay, so I'm switch over to the gimbal. People are asking for us to light stuff in this Infinity Cove. How to light stuff?
How to light stuff,
Yeah.
or how to light this Infinity Cove?
I think both. I mean, for some people, an Infinity Cove might raise some questions on: is there any difference on how to light stuff, and how do you make sure that it really looks like an Infinity Cove? And
Yeah.
so forth. Maybe we should do that. That's a good suggestion. We'll do a shoot here.
Yeah, we'll do a shoot here, and we just use the infinity cove and,
Yeah.
and show how we can light
Yeah.
everything in an even way. Because it's, of course, you need to have an even light to have the light to be even.
Yeah. Well, actually, I mean, if you really want to see the infinity cove and how to light stuff, I think it was Jim asked the question. I'm not by the computer now. The whole fundamentals of lighting, all the 3 courses were actually recorded in this studio.
Yeah. There you
So
go.
there's like 3 hours of quality time in an infinity cove.
Yeah.
So that works.
Yep, that works.
So let's walk over to the light stand section and what
Yes.
we do. Then we have one of the usual suspects, which is the nanopole stand. Again, I use that a lot with the A1, as you can see here with the tilt head.
Yeah, and this, I think that this one is really great, mainly because it gets so small.
Yeah,
So it's simple to have
yeah.
to bring along when you pack.
And also down here, you can take the legs off and use it only as a pole stand. So you can, if you have an assistant, for example, it's a very easy way for them to have a light on there.
Is there any use for, if one assistant is using the pole, can someone else use the legs for something?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Oh, I see. It has a lazy leg.
It has a lazy leg. Yeah.
That is great to when you have those
Uneven. Surfaces, yeah.
Exactly. So you can have one leg longer than the other one. Yep.
And then we have we're back on the floor again.
Oh
This is
yeah,
a
yeah,
re-
yeah. This is one of my favorites. I use it so much. Okay, so this is
Now he's stuck there. He's not going to get
yeah.
it.
In Swedish, this light stand is called
Like a
a
ducks.
tax,
Yeah, dachshund.
a dachshund
Ducks. I think yeah.
in Deutsch.
Or there's the sausage dog.
Sausage dog. I don't know the perfect word. Yeah, but still, this is a really, really low light stand, sausage dog light stand. You have it like this, and you put your flash here, and
Spigot
it's
in
super
there,
low.
in the hole.
Spigot in the hole, and you flash there. And this is what we in Sweden call taxsvans, the tail of the sausage dog,
Yeah.
which you put here. And then you can have it a bit higher, and of course extend it even more.
And we use this quite often when we're doing, like if you're doing something on the background, or you want to hide it behind the model, and you want to create some halo effect.
Exactly.
Or
So, this one is really, I use it actually in product photography for the pro photo product shots. There's a halo around each product.
oh yeah, exactly.
So this one used to be in the back shooting
So
on the background. to get
that's the
that
one
halo.
that's creating all the pro photo
Yep.
product shots. This is the guy.
This is the one that creates
the
the
one
halo.
and only. Yeah.
Well, not creating the halo, but holds the
Yeah.
flash that is creating the halo. Exactly. So,
And then we move over to the 1051, right?
yes.
Now we can.
1051.
It's still
Yes.
small. It's
Still small. And now we start to go into these flat solutions that, of course, I love and everybody loves
Yeah.
because you can stack them up.
And they click into each other,
Exactly.
so they stay together.
Yeah, so
and
you get like 3, 4, 5 to have in one
Yeah.
single block. It's super good, and they are small. I would say this is a standard thing to have when you're traveling to. Well,
Yeah.
at least for me,
Yeah.
you're using only.
then B-freeze and nanopoles.
Yeah.
and-
So this one is super great.
So that's a really good alternative. And then you have the next level in stability is the 1052. I need to get up and
Yeah.
back a little bit. Same principle.
Same principle. It gets flat, and this
And
only
you can
have
also stack them together and they click on, etc.
yeah. This only have two levels. Maybe there is one with 3, or maybe this is this.
No,
the
yeah,
one-
no, I
only
think there are different versions of that one,
Yeah.
of that size.
What I really love about these new versions of the Manfrotto stands is that they have thrown away the possibility to unscrew the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
Now this is stuck.
Yeah.
Because when people are doing that, you always get in trouble to folding it up, and you never use that anyway. So,
Yeah.
so this is the middle version then.
The middle
Smallest,
version,
middle.
exactly. And
Yeah.
then we have the big brother, which I would think it would be called 1053, but it's not.
No, it's actually called 1004.
1004.
BAC. 1004 BAC. This is the standard, at least as I see it, standard tripod in studios and everywhere else. Also this flat solution where you can stack them up.
Yeah, and it's big, sturdy, stable.
And you get that height that you often need, or not often, but sometimes need, then you got it.
Okay,
so you can have it really, really high.
Backing.
I don't know the numbers, but this is
like really
4
high.
meters or so.
Way up there.
So I have like 20 of these.
Yeah.
And they are air cushioned.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Smooth.
Yeah. Just listen to the sound. It makes babies go quiet.
Yeah, make babies go to sleep. And then we have one of our favorites, or your favorites as well, when it comes to stability, and it's the...
This is the C stand.
Yeah.
Do you see the legs from there, or should I?
Yeah, no, we see the
You
legs.
can see that the legs are quite different from...
Exactly,
the
so
other
each of the
slide
3 legs
stands.
are on a different level.
Exactly. So this is the main idea behind this stand. It's really heavy, of course, and it's really stable. But the different height of the legs makes it possible that if you have 2 stands, you can put them really, really close.
Like right next to each other, yeah.
Yeah, you know, like really next to each other. Because then you can put one leg over a lower leg.
Yeah.
And this is really good when you're doing like portrait or like product photography, when you really need a lot of light really close. Then I think it's impossible to use stands like this because you can't have them so close.
Yeah.
So that is, for me, the main reason to use C-stands. You can have them close. And one of the legs is, of course, lazy leg. You can have it higher or lower. So you can put it like in a studio like this. Just
Infinity Cove. Yeah.
Infinity Cove, exactly. And just raise the leg so it will be straight. And you can put the legs like this, which means that you can have it close to a wall.
Ah, yeah, exactly. So you basically put those.
Exactly. So if this was a wall here,
yeah,
it can be really, really close to the wall, and you can save those few centimeters that you lose when you're using tripods like this.
Yeah.
So that is also something that is really, really nice. But C-stands have something.
Ooh, yeah.
That makes them, really different from other light stands. They always come with this arm.
Yes.
The arm that makes it into like a boom arm. You can use it as a boom arm. For example, like now we have this B10 on, and we can do like that, or we can make it really, really high, actually. I mean, this is a middle high C-stand.
Yeah, the
lower
small
ones.
version, yeah. And you can go all the way up as you could with the other one.
Exactly. So this one can actually go, if I use the boom arm, it can go really, really high.
And this is still the small one, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the small C-stand. So the large C-stand is, of course, one more level.
And why would you do that? I mean, that's good for if you want to mimic the sun and you need a little bit of angle.
Exactly. If I want to have the angle like to make the shadows fall in a nice way and not look like like you have a sunset when you're trying to do a midday sun, then you need to have the light really high and far, far away to get those really, really narrow shadow edges.
But then there are a couple of tricks with the arm.
Yes.
That we need to talk about.
For the first thing I would like to say is that I know that many people put lights on this end.
Oh, big no-no.
Yeah, please don't do that, because they can't drop, because there is nothing to hold it in this direction. So when you're starting to go downwards with the light, it will fall off. And don't do that, because
it's expensive. It's
really expensive, and it's really boring.
And also the way on which way you put the weight, with considering that the knot will unknot itself. And
this is really important. I will actually go forward a bit.
And I go backwards a bit.
Yeah. Okay, so I go even more forward. Okay, so let's say I have this light here. I want to light this wall by some reason.
Yes.
It's really important that you have this what do you call this? The head.
The knot, or
the
yeah,
knot,
the head.
or this grip head.
Grip head.
Yeah, the grip head on the right side of your stand. Because if let's say that I put the light like this, I want to shoot downwards on an ant on the floor. Now there's a lot of weight here, right? And if I have the grip head on the right side, it will just tighten up even more. It can't fall down. If I do it the opposite way, like this, now the knot is on the left side of the light stand, and I lock it, and a lot of weight here, it will go up.
Yeah.
So have the grip head on the right side of your light stand, because then
the right side is right and the left side is left.
Exactly.
Wrong.
You are so good on those things, Anders. The right side is right and the left side is left.
Lefty.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Exactly.
Yes. So another thing that is I would like to mention about C-stands, and especially the arm, you often end up with things in this. I should first say that instead of having the head, your flash heads here, you have it, of course, here on this grip head part that is part of the arm.
Yeah.
And you use a spigot or something.
Exactly.
And lock it. So this is a very normal height where you used to end up with your flashes. And when you are in a studio, especially when shooting, products or such, you have a dark studio, no lights is on. And you run like this to get something, maybe a piece of gum because you want to chew something. You take the gum, you start to chew, and then you...
Yeah, that
because
hurts.
you won't see that in the darkness.
Yeah.
This is called an C-stand eye, and it's really messy. It's pouring down eye,
You will look like Samuel L. Jackson in Avenger.
Yeah, with a big black
patch.
thing.
Yeah.
So what to do? We always put something here.
Yes.
Because this is
And we
really,
have one
really
of
common.
those.
Yeah, I
simple
used to actually take a tennis ball and I cut a hole, so we get this little man here.
Yeah.
And he...
Bam.
And then
Now
you can take your gum and you can run and you can have this here and you can still chew your gum. It won't make any...
Just pleasant.
Yes, just pleasant, exactly. So be aware of this part. I know that when the arms are coming new, they have this rubber thing here.
Yeah, but that you lose that.
Yeah, you lose that within 3 or 4 minutes actually. So this is a good thing to do.
And also one thing that we might point out is that now that you have in that position, this is actually a very good place to put rolls of diffusion or or even background paper if you have like the thinner version of the background paper.
Exactly. If you have two of these, two C-stands with two arms, then you put another one here, or even further away, and you put your backdrop here, and you roll it down.
That's true. Yeah. So you can even have like a regular 370 as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, diffusion, roll of diffusion, bring down, put a clamp here, and you are ready to go.
Yeah.
So, and another thing I should mention, this is of course, how should I put it? It's not rocket science, but still it's worth to be mentioned that don't put the weight between the legs. Do not do like I'm doing now, like this. Because
if you lower it down a little bit so I can get it in camera. Yeah.
Because of course it's more easy to fall like that.
Yeah.
Always have your light over one leg.
And ideally there's one that's a little bit longer than the other one.
Yeah.
Like the one you picked now.
Exactly.
You do it just by instinct, huh?
Always by instinct. I've done it so many times.
Yeah.
And of course sandbags or weights over here to balance this out.
Oh, water bags like we got from Gus.
Yeah, water bags. But actually I love C-stands because they are so versatile.
Yeah.
And of course you can put this grip head arm thing on a normal stand too. This is just a loose part.
And the C-stand, we can talk about for probably an hour just on C-stands.
Yeah, I want to continue to talk about
but
look, you can do it.
And then we have another one that looks kind of like a regular...
light stand, yeah.
Yeah.
I will...
But it's not, huh?
It is not.
Nothing is ever as it appears when
Exactly.
David is around.
This is very common, and I love it. It is called the 420B. 420B. It's like a normal light stand. It has a bigger knob here. Works just like a light stand, but you also have this little knob here. This little switch, this little thing here.
Yes.
So if you bring this up and you flip this, then you can make this into a boom arm.
Ooh.
Yeah. So now you suddenly have a boom arm that actually is really long.
Nice.
Yes, the 420 is really common. A lot of people have this. If you have never seen it before, this is a really simple way to get a boom solution. It also has this hole in the back there where you can hang your
Sandbags or
or
bags of lead money
yeah.
from like old Roman lead money.
Yeah, especially those.
Yeah.
So this is a must-have, I would say, because it's so also versatile.
Yeah.
And
And then we have the big wind-up
then we have the big wind-up. This is
with the mega boom on
the
and a can.
087. In Swedish we call it 087. The 087, Manfrotto 087 wind-up. So this is a light stand which you can wind up like that. And why do you want to wind up? Is it because you're lazy, like Anders, or why would you want to do that? Well, that is because you maybe are using really heavy stuff on top. You can't lift them. Like if you have a really heavy thing on this tripod, this is easy because I don't have anything heavy here. But when you're starting to have really heavy stuff, you need to wind it up. And this is,
so for example, if you have a B1 or a D2 or a Pro Head, and you have a big like 4x6 softbox or a 7-foot octa or something like that, then it's.
Or if you have like light gear, really big lamps or such.
Yeah.
And in this case, we're having this mega boom.
Yeah.
This boom put on top of the wind up. And this boom, there is two booms from Manfrotto that is the most used ones, the super boom and the mega boom. This is the mega boom. It's a bit thicker, it can take more weight, but it's actually shorter than the super boom. So I like it because it takes less space.
Yeah.
And you can of course make it longer, like this. Oh, let's see how long we can get. There we go. So this is quite long.
Yeah.
And all these gears, you can control all the angles and all the twists and turns from back here in using different twisting mechanisms.
Yeah.
And now we put Mr. Ken on like that. So the mega boom is a bit heavier than the super boom, but longer and more versatile and more rugged, so it can stand more heavy work and stuff. Exactly. And we use a lot of sandbags and such on the end, of course, to make it stable.
And also on the legs.
On the legs, exactly. So the wind-up light stand have this. Let's see if I can do like that. Has this step here, and this step is for short people who don't, reach all the way up here, because then they can. But you have to be really big,
flexible.
God.
Need like someone. You need to do a little bit of yoga before, so you can.
Do some yoga before. Or I use it for putting on the Pro 10s or Pro 8s and such. Put it on here, and I use this strap to strap it on so it won't drop. Really good. Yeah, this is one of my absolute favorites.
That was a little bit on the stand side, and then we have some accessories.
Ooh.
A little accessory table here.
Accessory table. Let's take a look at the the comments to see if there's any questions before diving into the
Yeah, we
accessories.
could. So let's see if I can put this one.
Let's see what we have.
Oops, oh, you're going bananas here.
Hello, Shafina. Shafina is one of the best dealers in Hong Kong.
Ah,
Okay, so if you control the
we used a tennis ball in school. Yeah, so tennis balls, exactly. C-clamp, sandbags. Yeah, sandbags are good, or water bags as well.
maybe I should
Sausage dog, the duckle, yeah, sausage dog. What's the price of the giant stand?
I have no idea, but
Oh yeah, the camera tripod. Yeah, that's an old one from Sweden, right?
sorry,
the,
which
the,
one?
the one, the big guy. in the
Yeah.
middle.
Yeah, I have no idea about the prices, but I know that Manfrotto also, I think Manfrotto is making those.
Yeah, there's
this kind
many
of tripod.
different brands of those, but that's a
Yeah, this is a Swedish brand. Made in Falkenberg in
Yeah, well,
Sweden. Iron from Swedish iron.
yeah, cast iron.
Yeah, but there is brands like Manfrotto or Foba or I don't remember all the names,
Yeah.
but there is a lot of them. Okay,
Let's do a quick rundown on the
yeah, the
accessory
accessories.
table here.
Yes, of course. Let's start with one of my absolute favorites, the super clamp. So let me just quickly detach it like this. This is one of the clamps that, well, at least I use a lot. Anders, do you use them?
I use it a lot as
Yeah.
well.
So this is a clamp which you can, tighten really, really well. You can put it on almost anything.
So
Maybe not this table because it's really big. Yeah, like that. And then it's a hole on the bottom here that you can put either your flash or anything that goes in here in a standard stud size.
Yeah.
So the super clamp, and the super clamp also have these, these things. I know that we had them here before, to make it flat here.
Yeah, what happened to that one?
It disappeared. Okay, super clamps always comes with this plastic thing that you can put here to make it flat.
I know Daniel Norton mentioned one at the Rama. He said you can buy the bag for like nothing, but it's always you buy a bag of those because they always disappear.
They
like
always
it did-
disappear, and
like it did right
it
now.
just disappeared. We had it before. And one cool tip that I could mention about super clamps: if you have two of them and you have a stud in the middle, you can put one. If you go down
You're
like
so
this.
fast. You have to move slower.
Oh, I will move slower.
Yeah.
Let's say that you do like this. You put it on one vertical pole, then you can put a horizontal pole like that.
Mm.
This is a really good way to
And very stable way as
very
well.
stable way if you want to have you can put up light background paper between two light stands and do
Yeah.
like this, and you can do a lot of stuff. This is one smart solution.
And I even used it to secure some cameras when I was shooting a music video the other week.
Yeah.
So I just popped it on because there I was in a small club and I used whatever piece of iron and I put a camera head. just
Okay,
to-
but
to-
then I suspect you put like a tripod head here.
Yeah, exactly. A camera head, yeah, tripod head.
Yeah.
So
Super
really-
clamps, super good. And while we are here, this is something I actually use a lot. I use this really, really much. I don't know the name. It's a baby something, but you put something called Burton pipes, I think it's called in English. Big metal tubes where you can put your background paper stuff and such. These are really, really good, and I use them like every day, so I just thought I should bring them here too.
Yeah.
Manfrotto, this is also Manfrotto. I don't know the name. Oh yeah, C462.
Now, stay around the table and no fast movements because you keep on disappearing.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will be really
So now we have
close.
some clamps.
Yeah, I just brought up some typical clamps. So this one, like a small.
And these ones, you can't have enough of those, right?
I have like 1,000 of these, and they both disappear. And we use them all the time to put cloth on such stuff, or holding rolls of diffusion
or
materials.
even put in the back of a model's clothing.
Exactly.
If it's too
too
loose,
wide,
and
too
you
loose.
can tighten up stuff. Or
And to you can put it like this, and you can have this like that. You have a stand for a reflector, for example.
Exactly.
So many things you can use this for.
Very,
I would say
very
that this size is really good for the diffusion roll dimension. Color gel dimension of the paper roll. This dimension is good for background paper drops. To hold the roll. This is called a adjusting clamp. You can put it on. Oops, sorry. I will not move. I will go down again. We go down. You can put this on a shelf, and you can put a stud in here, and you can put a flash on here, or you can do a lot of stuff with this. This is also like a standard clamp used everywhere. You can
really cool.
put this one on the top of a tripod, and then you have.
And you could put kappa or any type of things on that one.
Really good one. And then we have
your strength thing here.
This is a clamp I also use a lot. It's really powerful. I'm sure it has a name. I do not know the name. We call it krokodilklemma.
Crocodile.
So these two jaws, if you turn this knob here, you can shift the height of it. So you can get a better angle of the clamming. So this table is, sorry, we'll move slowly. It's this height. I put it like this, and I go to the side slowly. So they are aligned with the angle of the table instead of being, crooked or angled too much. So this is really good, and of course you have a stud here, and you can put a stud in there. So this is used a lot to hold heavy stuff. Yes. And then we have two versions of magic arms.
Oh, yes.
Yes, this is the old one, and this is the new one. The magic arm, the concept of the magic arm is that when you loosen this, you can twist
and turn everything.
And turn everything in all angles. And when you are done, you lock it again, and it's really, you can't move anything. So this is really, really great for putting stuff in different angles. So the old one has this stick, and the new one has this thing that you can, twist and make it more loose or more hard. But it's the same concept. And we use these ones a lot. Magic arm. If you don't have at least 5, buy at least
10 more.
10 more. Manfrotto 244.
244.
Yes.
And then you have your favorite as well for product shoots, right?
Yes, this is for product shoots. We have a lot of these ones. It's like a magic arm, but with three parts. And you can, put them in any angle like this, or like that, or however you want.
Especially when you're going to place small flags, or it's really tight areas, then you can really place everything with precision.
So when we are doing these product shots, we are doing a lot of reflections. And reflections are, a reflection from something, and this something could be like a piece of cardboard. So we have a piece of cardboard, and we put some light on the cardboard to make a gradient or whatever. Then we have the reflection to be a gradient. And then we take like this clamp that had a stud in the end, and then we just put it on here. And now we have a lot of precision on putting this cardboard exactly where we want it, thanks to this Manfrotto 196 AB. 196 AB.
Cool. And I think that covers up most of the usual suspects that we have. And then we have another C-stand arm there that's very versatile. And I mean, even with that arm, you can use it with any other stand as well.
Yeah, of course. It's just a normal
Yeah.
hole here. So you can put it on any stand.
Which is
On
really
any
nice.
stand. And this actually is something, you know, a clamp to hold something, especially for doing product photography. This is another way of doing it, and we have this small ball head here to have a real high precision on how to angle it. So
See the bolt head. Yeah.
yeah, so stuff like
Cool.
this is used a lot.
Thank you for
Thank
that.
you.
And let's see if you check some questions.
I will check some questions. One of the problems I have, this is from Jim Gormley. One of the problems I have in the studio is when using my D1s with a heavy modifier, the light slips down no matter how much I tighten it. I tend to hang a weight of the back. Do you have any other suggestions? Yeah. So when he put the lights on, it twists down because the thing that is supposed to hold
exactly.
it is too weak or wear
yeah,
out.
because I know that there are that there's like a piece of where is the there we are up a little bit, there we go, perfect. So there's a piece of cork in between the tightening thing and the different metal parts, and that cork can dry up, so you can have those replaced in service.
Okay.
So if it's like a D1, D1 can be old, and if it's been in very dry environments, it can dry up and start to be slippery.
Then you put it into service and they switch out the cork.
Yeah, and there's been some improvements and changes, like on the B10, for example. You noticed on the B10 you have a small little knob, and not one of those big grip that you like a monster grip version. And a lot of people have been asking, oh, but I can't tighten it so hard, but that's because you don't need to, because there's some teeth in there that connect, so it doesn't slip. So you just make it finger tight and it will not move.
Yeah, some kind of ratchet thing going on.
Yeah, exactly. So there's been some improvements on that. So as they've noticed some of those issues, but the ones with cork can sometimes be slippery. So but then you replace it and everything is tight again.
Yeah.
But especially if you use like a 4x6,
really heavy
modifiers.
modifiers.
Yeah, exactly. Then it can be tight, or it can be tough for them.
Is it possible to do it by yourself, like unscrew it and do some magic things, or maybe I shouldn't say anything like that?
Yeah,
because
we do exactly. So let's not talk about stuff we don't know.
What was the stand before the Super Boom? Transmission dropped out for a while. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, the one. Yeah, the one.
It was the
smaller. Yeah, what was that called again?
That was called, I do not know the number, but I can tell you in just a second. This little thing.
Oh, and also the little.
420.
Someone commented on that there's a cable at the end of the Super Boom.
Oh, we forgot to mention the cable in the end.
Very, very important, because you use that cable to secure around your light. And always use that little cable, because if something happens, an accident, and it falls off or something, then it still stays up there and doesn't fall on the head of.
So it's a security wire.
Yeah.
So this stand, if this was a stand that you missed due to the drop on transmission, this is called the 420, Manfrotto 420.
Cool. No mention of gaffer tape. Oh, well, so gaffer tape. You can use all these stuff, but for everything else, when this doesn't work, use gaffer tape, a lot of gaffer tape. For everything.
Yeah. What gaffer tape doesn't solve,
it's not
solvable.
Exactly.
If that is a word.
I'm sure it is. And let's see.
Fernando asks about Ken. Are Ken still available for sale, Well, you can book them on my website, bicho.se, and in there under education you can find the head and you can book one, because we have some delivery problems unfortunately, but they are on the way and they are more beautiful than this one. They are super cool, so you can pre-order one.
Yeah. Okay, cool. No further questions, Your Honor. I think we've covered it all. And if you have any other questions about the gear that we showed today, all the camera tripods, camera heads, or the light stands, or some of the clamps and accessories, just pop them in the comments and we'll get in there and answer. And also, if you guys are using something cool, let us know. Might be some stuff we haven't bought yet.
Yeah.
It's always, it's Christmas soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
it's coming up.
I'm sure Christmas is somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere around some corners.
Easter.
Yeah.
Don't you buy stuff for Easter?
Ooh,
Easter
you do
presents.
buy,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
The Black Easter.
Yeah. Exactly.
Let's start
Let's start a new holiday.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, guys, for hanging with us, and I hope you learned something new. And if not, then I'm sorry for wasting your time. But I'm sure there's some tips and tricks.
Yeah, it should be. I
useful.
mean, it took a couple of years to come up with these products.
Yeah.
So,
and these are really the stuff that we use on a daily basis.
Yeah.
It's really common stuff. So, anywho, until next week. And also, if you have any other questions that you want to have answered in there, and we'll pop them in.
Yeah.
And we'll also be looking into a way of maybe starting some, if you see something cool lighting-wise, if you see a picture that you found interesting, or if you saw something in nature and you wonder, how can I recreate that? Then you send it over to me, Anders Handla, and you find me on Facebook or Instagram. Facebook is easier. Just PM me, and then we'll look at those. And also, if you have some image that you think that you've done that looks cool, or some cool effect that we want to share with others, then we can do that as well here in this forum, and look at some stuff that and have the other people also see how to do cool stuff.
yeah.
What else? You can also see if you see a picture that you have no clue, how did they do that? You can send that as well to us.
Yeah, and we can try to,
Yeah, and then we can try to figure out, okay, so how would they do that, and recreate?
based on the theory of light.
Yeah,
So,
kind of backwards engineer.
exactly. And as you said, just mentioned quickly, if you see something in nature that you like, oh, I would like to recreate that. That is the most fun thing,
Yeah.
I think. So if you see something, take a picture of it with your iPhone or whatever, and send it to us, and we will try to bring that up and put some thought in it to how to recreate what nature does.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you guys for hanging with us. Another Wednesday, 38th.
Yeah,
Wednesday,
38th.
Tough word to say.
Yeah.
And we'll be back for the 39th next Wednesday.
And then it will be the more easy one, 40th.
Yeah, that's easy.
Easy to say.
Anyway, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
In this course, you will learn how to make subjects pop out, create pockets of light, create blue and golden hour light, and how to easily light a flat face. My name is Audrey Willard, and I'm here in the beautiful city of Barcelona to show you guys some tips and tricks on how to create natural looking light with Flash. Don't get me wrong, I love natural light, but I like to maximize my possibilities as a photographer, and Flash gives me the power to create natural looking light whenever the sun doesn't help me out. My goal with this course is to make you guys inspired, build your self-confidence with making natural light with Flash. I know some of you think that Flash always looks artificial, harsh, or that it's just too complicated to control. This is so wrong. The first thing you need to know is how light works.